So, folks, first proper actual live feed, I think, this weekend, Graham.
It certainly is, and it's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, it sure is. And what a better way to start off the serious interviews than with Mick Ramsey. Yeah,
that's the way.
Yeah.
You started on a low bar there, aren't you?
Yeah. We're hoping to. Mick, it's been 10 years. 10 years of DSDC.
It has, it's crazy. I mean, it's so weird because I was getting these T-shirts done last week, and, you know, we just got 10 years of printing T-shirts and talking Dredd and basically meeting up with friends and having a drink. It's flown by, to be honest. I mean, I had a full black beard when I first started.
You did, this is true.
Now everyone says I look like Paul Hollywood. I don't know why.
Good, you can do some cooking for us tomorrow morning.
Yeah, right.
Can you do room service because nobody's going to be able to make it?
In the post room service, don't do the room service. Anyway, there we go.
No, 10 years. I mean, as you say, this is DSDC's brought us all together, and we've stuck together through thick and thin.
And to be honest, it all started off because, I mean, so the DSD started off when I basically loved the 2012 Dredd film. I wanted to see it again. And there was a little cinema in Birmingham that you could hire. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to hire it for myself and my girlfriend. And then we sat there and went, actually, other people might want to come and see this.
It's a brilliant idea.
So I just went, you know what? I'll open it up and see if anybody else wants a ticket. We sold out, which is great. So it's a 300-seater venue.
And that was 2012, yeah?
2012, yeah. 2012.
It could have been not long then after the movie was released.
No, so the film came out September.
I think it was September, yeah.
Yeah. And it was, I think it was November, probably, you know, because it had a very short release.
Yes.
So then we had the MCM in Birmingham in November, and I went, you know what, I'm just going to hire it. I want to see it in 3D. For me, it's about seeing it in 3D on the screen. So that was, you know, being a bit of a nerd, I want to see it in 3D sort of thing. And that's how it happened. And then we sold tickets, and we all met up in the pub beforehand. And it was great chatting to people who are like, oh, I don't know other comic fans, or I don't know other Dredd fans. And that's where it all sort of blossomed from. So let's do this again. So there's myself, Len Harrington, Tony Broad, Kevin, and we all got very drunk one night and went, let's do this on a regular basis sort of thing. And then we set up the DSDC, we got Dredd, and you know, when you're sitting around going, what should we call this thing? Very drunk. Oh, it's going to be Dredd, it's going to be Screen, it's going to be drinking. And then they drank in the club, and then next thing you know, yeah, so that's how it's, and it's been going on 10 years. And it's crazy. I mean, we're here tonight in Bristol, bars full of people who just come along. I mean, it's been great to see people tonight who've come to Lawless for the first time. I just turned up to sort of drink with friends, friends I've never met before, who will undoubtedly be friends. And that's the whole point of it. Get out your bedroom, get off your keyboard, come and have a drink, and just basically nerd out, basically. That's what
I mean, the Facebook group is extremely strong. We've had some crack there over the years.
Yeah, I mean, there's been
Cock Friday.
Cock Friday was every time I'd look at Cock Friday, just roll my eyes and fucking Joanne Alexander again.
And it wasn't me that started it either.
No, I know. Cock Friday went on for a good. Maybe we need to.
I think
bring back Cock Friday.
We need to return to Cock
Friday sort of thing. But
okay, you know, I'm not on Facebook. What is Cock Friday?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
It's obvious, but
so Cock Friday basically was anything that was a male chicken.
It was, yes.
A cockerel.
A cockerel.
So you literally post a picture of a cockerel, Cock Friday, and then it was all sort of like, let's lead it into effectively what would have been carry-on jokes, like cocks, double entendres, all that malarkey
dad
sort
jokes,
of thing.
everything.
Yeah, proper dad jokes, you know, and he's like, you know, fanar sort of thing. But, you know, it's great. But it would start up, you know, nothing all week, and then Cock Friday would kick off, and you're like,
that was it.
Right, here we go.
That's how you knew it was a weekend. It's trying to break out the drinks and the cock.
But let's say once again, that's what it was. It was all, you know, when we had Eurovision nights as well, you know, everybody's on there talking about Eurovision and what are you drinking, that sort of thing. So
drink is the most important bit, obviously, of Dredd Screen Drinking Club.
I mean, for myself personally, the Dredd Screen is the big part, but the drinking seems to have taken it over, sort of thing. So we, they sort of go hand in hand, as I say. We was trying to do one tonight. There's a private cinema up the road, which I pre-booked for tonight. And then BBC Bristol have taken the whole studio over. And they went... So the plan was tonight to have a screening and then come in here after for a few beers. But
maybe next year.
Unfortunately, BBC rule the world.
Yeah.
So I just... some bloke with money went, can I hire your cinema? And that's, you know...
Do you know, actually, one
I think Doctor Who's got a big hand in it. So,
well, okay, we can forgive
so,
that.
you know, Wales, Bristol, it's not kicking the arse off each other, is it? So.
Do you know something, actually, that I think we heard, because this is a sign that we're all getting older, you did offer people drink earlier, and they said, no, I can't drink pints because I've got diabetes.
Yeah, it's all diabetes. I'm not in the diabetic drinking club at this.
That's what the D now stands for.
Change one of these to diabetes, and I probably won't be too far. But that's, I mean, like, to be honest, that's how long we've been going. I mean, Lawless, or Lawgiver, is back in the den, started the same year as ourselves, and we sort of like, okay. It was weird coming together sort of thing, because me hiring the cinema in the first place was because of Lawgiver, and just going, shit, I really want to see this film again, sort of thing. So, you know, that's where it all started from. And seeing all that, you know, I wasn't the only weirdo in the room who liked Dredd, and the only weirdo who liked comics. So, come over.
Hang on here. We've got Wendy. We've got the perp.
We're off back to the hotel.
Oh, Wendy's away for obviously some sort of strange orgy that's going on there. That involves hats.
There we go.
Where's your hat, Wendy? It's in the bag. That's all right.
There we go. See you tomorrow, guys.
See, everybody's getting a bit older now. And
that's it, you know, heading back to the rooms, you know, but, you know, it's only 20 past 10.
20 past 10. It's very late for old people like us.
It'll all end up back in the. It's still going to end up back in the bar, isn't it? What's that gobshite doing, Bob?
I know. This is it. You always have to keep an eye on Labelle because you're never sure where he is.
Oh, no.
Facebook doesn't make loud.
Random gold trousers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a story behind us being here tonight. So we used to go to the grain barge.
Oh, yes. Paul, if you'd like to come over here to discuss.
We need to have a conversation.
Why we can no longer do the grain barge.
So we're not allowed to go to the grain barge anymore.
Because it's burnt down.
It hasn't burned down. So the first yellow card we had from the grain barge was Paul decided to drop his trousers.
Actually, it wasn't just me, it was John Burdis.
Well,
who had Union Jack shorts, and I had pictures of that.
So it was Cock Friday then? Anyway.
It was definitely...
It was Cock Saturday.
Cock Saturday, yes.
So
I might have done something, I can't remember what I did, but he definitely had his shorts.
So apparently the staff felt assaulted by you in your pants. So we got a yellow card. And then the following year or the year after, it happened again, and they went, you're officially barred, you can't come back. Since we're in front of the port wall, which is a great little bar, it's within 2 minutes staggering distance of the hotel, which is even better. So Paul Labelle's...
and John Burdis.
There you go.
And John Burdis.
Yes.
Wasn't just me.
No. We were actually lucky we didn't get barred from the hotel then a few years after that with the pink dildo incident.
The big pink dildo incident? Yeah, I've still got the photos.
Yes, so
which was my dildo. But
was it your dildo?
Oh,
the big giant pink one?
No, mine was the...
I thought it was...
No, that was the Willy.
Yeah, that was a big pink one. Yeah.
But there's a purple one, I think.
There was a purple one.
So what you're doing now, Paul, is encouraging people to come along. Yes. With talks of chocolate willies and dildos.
Yes.
And
pegging.
And ankles.
Yes.
See, nobody mentioned pegging to you. You mentioned pegging.
Well, it was because I pegged everybody.
See, look at you. Poor Simon on holiday. How he sits on that motorbike, I've no idea.
I'm trying not to shake my phone here. I'm laughing too much.
Or mine. It's driving that I feel sorry. You could have carried that for your suitcase. Wait a minute. Because Jared might put it on our suitcase.
It's not a thermos flask, is it?
Do you know, in fairness, I did tell Graham it was a poster tube. Don't worry, no, it's just for collecting wee badges. Those 2 bits at the bottom. No, that's just an unusual handbag. But here, just on a slightly separate note, you had actually sort of branched into other nerd things as well, Mick. You've got Son of a Geek.
So I do Son of a Geek, which is an Etsy thing. So it's basically my... So obviously we do the T-shirts, and this is me just farting around with designs and stuff. And it's something that I've always liked as a kid, art and design. I think that's probably how you get to comics as well, art and design and stuff. So it's sort of like a bit of an outlet for me to sort of like, oh, right, I really like this design. But for me, it's stuff that I buy as a geek.
Oh, they're brilliant.
Yeah, so I won't sell anything that I don't think I would buy.
Yeah.
And that's my sort of mantra. So if you go to Son of a Geek on Etsy, you'll find all my stuff on there, T-shirts, badges. Most of them are Star Wars related, but there's some Dredd stuff as well. But, you know, I was doing
quite a few. It's pins are amazing.
Yes.
And T-shirts.
Yeah, I have some of your pins are actually on my kit bag there.
There we go.
So they are. Let's see. Just if you just expose my flap there, Graham, thank you very much. Let's see. Which ones are yours, Mick?
Let's have a wee look. Here we go. So that was the one I did for Lawless.
Yes.
So Sue's got some of those. So if anybody wants any of them, see Sue. She's definitely got those. I think that's it, to be honest.
Is that it?
No, that's,
All right.
that's all you have, unfortunately.
No, I think I have a lot of your Star Wars ones.
Yeah. So
And they're
I've-
probably
these
on
all
the
Dredd,
Star Wars
so
flag. Yeah.
The Dredd stuff I had, I pretty much sold out of now.
They were brilliant.
So, yeah.
But yes, I often share your badges, the 501st back home. Because,
It's as I say, it's all stuff that I'd like to buy as a fan, and as part of it, that makes it for myself, to be honest.
yeah. But the quality's brilliant, and they're not. Quite often you'll order a badge and it'll come from Temu, and you go, "Oh well, that's a wee bit small." And
I mean, like I say,
these are big,
for
big
me,
badges.
there's an awful lot of quality control that goes into it. As I say, I won't sell anything that I wouldn't buy personally, and it's another reason why I design them as well. And just go, right, this will make a really cool badge, or this will make a really cool patch, or a really cool
hang on, we've
t-shirt.
got an update here.
Oh, is that
This
Proof.
was proof that it wasn't Paul the first time.
Well, I did it later, but John Burdage started it.
John Burge,
here
yes.
we go?
Well, I think we can blame John Burge for everything, to be perfectly honest.
there?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exonerated.
Yes, you heard it here first.
It's a bit of, that could have been in anybody's bedroom, to be
Well,
honest.
in fairness, I think on this occasion that John was the fluffer, but you finished it all off.
Yeah, basically.
Yes, yeah, you finished it off.
Yeah, see, wish I hadn't eaten now. You said that.
Oh, hang on. Yes, this is all proof. I have the pink dildo photographs, and I can release them onto an OnlyFans
I'm sure
page
Mrs.
if there
Birdie
is a
said,
demand.
can't wait to watch these on
I
YouTube.
know.
Oh, you said you're going away for a quiet weekend with your mates. Dildos and shorts in the middle of nowhere.
I know. But you know what? We're all middle-aged, and we need it. We need something.
We need a release.
We need a release.
And that's what this is. It's just coming out, having a drink with mates.
Yeah.
Bit of a crack.
Oh yeah. There's Wendy being well, some sort of like choked. Is there a safe
say
word
Wendy's
for the
name.
weekend? Oh,
So,
she's being force choked.
that was. See, that's a great video. Just need to-
Do you think we probably need a safe word for these lawless weekends? In front of some of the things that go on.
They are quite an unusual weekend.
Yes. Yeah.
Sweden. I'm going to say Sweden. It's going to be.
Yeah, Sweden would be a good one.
We think got some Swedish judges. Well,
Yes.
Sweden. A couple of Swedish judges here tonight.
Yep, there is indeed.
Yeah, we've got the Swedish mud balls.
Yeah, and Michael as well. Michael's from somewhere foreign too.
Apparently, the furthest travel this year is going to be New Zealand.
That's
Somebody
right.
travelling
No
from
way.
New Zealand. Yeah.
That's impressive.
It's great,
Awesome. The States as well.
Great. Well,
Yeah, I met a couple of guys from the States earlier
Yeah.
on, sort of
I
thing.
mean, it's all credit to Sue.
Yeah, it's
Sue and
great.
Andy who run this. I mean,
But it is, it's just open the, it's the old adage, build it and they will come sort of shit.
Yeah.
So it ends tonight, just tell them they'll be there, everyone will rock up sort of thing,
and then there's
And
the VIP dinner tomorrow night, so that's something
I
a wee
won't
bit
be there,
different.
unfortunately.
Oh, you know.
I'm going to shoot off home, unfortunately.
Oh, damn it.
Some of us have to work on the Sunday morning.
Oh, for goodness sake, that's right. Your time flies by when you're the driver of a train.
Oh, yeah. So I'm not driving it, but just so everybody knows, I'll be driving it Sunday morning after a load of drink.
Excuse me, sir, is this your train?
Yeah, no.
Oh, what have we got here? Oh, okay then. I admit that was me. Thankfully, you can't see what. Oh no, you can't see what I was. Yeah. Okay then. Yeah, I might have been partial to some dildo action. It's one of our Swedish judges.
It's that aggressive look.
Yes. Well, you have to. If you're going to do it, you have to do it with
Have you got his
conviction.
face? Who's that? Hang on, sorry, we're just going to zoom in.
Yes.
Oh, is that Joanne? Poor Simon.
Yeah. I tell you, you just have to
Simon
do
said
it.
that face more than once.
Do it with conviction. If you're going to do it properly.
Paul, thanks for coming in to this fair.
That's right. I like to pop in.
Well,
and
here,
sort of
I
make it a bit more.
I think we've talked about
Oh,
Dredd
there's a Swedish meatball boy.
right in the ear. It was just doing a hearing aid test.
Exactly.
Yes, if you can hear this, you're still here. If you can feel this, you're standing too close. Right, well, I think on that note, we've discussed drink, we've discussed
Absolutely.
Dredd, we've discussed underpants, we've discussed
Diabetes,
pegging,
dildos.
diabetes, dildos.
Covered all of these.
Yes, the D's.
Grey hair.
Double D's.
Double-
I had
Everybody's.
black hair when I did Lawless.
I know you
Yeah,
did,
me
that's
too,
right.
man.
Black hair.
That's true.
So dark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
dark.
But like I say, as I say,
Memories.
it's 10 rocking years.
Yeah,
so,
Exactly.
we're completely dropped.
Yeah.
We are completely
But,
dropped,
you know,
actually.
hopefully it'll be another 10 rocking years on top of this.
I hope so. And
Here's the man.
here's a man
Ah,
who's
here we need to
returned.
speak to.
Who's returned? Here, Mike, would you hand Lee your microphone? We're
Absolutely.
very professional this year.
Yeah,
Got
Lee.
better microphones.
Take that. Clip it on. And remember, you're Scottish, you have to speak slowly.
Yeah,
You're
that's
Scottish
right. I'm
and
down
you're-
south of the border, so I have to think of the harbour thinking. Give it sign language for the harbour thinking.
There will be subtitles.
Do you know, it's not so bad. We've got
Japanese.
a Scottish talking to two Irish, so this will be fun. So if you've been, I don't know, harmed in any way by any of the information in this video, please phone 1-800-GO-FUCK-YOURSELF and get a life, because I'm not going to get any better. Lee, I feel like you're back from the dead. We haven't seen you for years.
I know, it's like we were just talking about this, and it's like, it turns out like 2017 was the last time that we were here, and that was like a really busy year as well, because we had Aberdeen.
We did, that's right.
With Lawgiver Mark 3 or 4 or whatever it was, Lawless. Was that? Global Sci-Fi, with Wickham Con, MCM, Birmingham.
Hang on.
Shoo.
I'm interested.
Oh, my God.
You're just getting in the way.
I know.
This is Lemmy, one of the timers.
You're video bombing.
Yes. He's about to talk about his business. So
Oh, my God.
serious
I'll be
shit.
back in 10
I
minutes.
know. That's what you always say.
So, yeah, it's just like, fuck it, it's amazing getting back to, everything again. It's kind of like 2017, 2018, I was involved in all kinds of other things and whatnot, then obviously COVID hit and whatnot,
Yeah.
so it's like, it's the first time sort of coming back to it and then getting back to the big family, you know what I mean, and that's what it's been.
And what's really exciting everybody is you're back prop making again.
Yes. So there was obviously I used to make all the helmets, the badges and stuff like that, and then 2016 is when I bought all the original production molds from Dredd 2012. So that was, that was all this stuff they had in South Africa. So I was doing some of that stuff, but I was so busy just doing the standard helmets and all the badges I was known for, and I was too busy. And then, luckily enough, during COVID and everything, I put everything into storage, including all my tools, a lot of the materials and everything else like that, and that was it. It just went off to storage. Forgot about it for all this time. And then this year was like a real kind of, I need to get back into making stuff again. It's
Yes,
been
because
so
there's
many
very
years.
few people now that are doing anything at all for Dredd.
I know, and it's like I mentioned to a few people, and I said, like, you've got to come back. You know what I mean? You've got to come back. You've got so much stuff and so many interesting bits and bobs. So it wasn't until I actually started, I sort of got a wee workshop together and started running the molds and all the muscle memory, come back with all the materials, and I was just like, then I went out and found more new materials, and then so I've got back up and running in a really short space of time, and it wasn't until I actually started running some of these molds that I actually knew what I had, because I've never actually put any resin in any of them.
Oh, right.
And it was like,
so the original molds, like, I mean,
these are the original molds, so I've got like the Hero Dredd helmet mold, which I didn't know it was until I put resin in it and went, oh my God, literally this is the helmet that all other helmets were cast from and remastered and reproduced from. So I started an initial run of that, about 10 helmets, fully finished, really just I wanted to start small, fully finished, just myself, sat in the workshop, making it, spent a couple of weeks making them, and they sold out in like 2 hours.
Yeah. I've seen actually they were starting to appear, people were sharing them around all the various judge groups, and the excitement was really building.
It was like, I just started joining the groups again, and I started seeing like my helmets that I might have made 10 years ago going for more money than what they originally paid for. And I'm going, wow, okay. And then people going, oh yeah, like, literally your helmets are quite prized. And I knew, like, I never went for the cheap end of the market.
No.
I wanted to make things right. I wanted to make things that would last. And, I have stories of people dropping them down 5 flights of stairs and landing on, like, concrete floor and all that, and then picking it up and going, ooh, it's just more damage. There's just more weather,
Yes,
you know what I mean? And so that was like, obviously I spent all those years sort of working film, TV props and stuff, and that's not the way to do the props that we want to wear and use and have for a long time. The film industry is just like, make it cheap, make it quick.
I think a lot of people don't understand that, and the fact that our stuff is built to last. Because obviously I have a shit ton of costumes, and they're built to last. They have to be.
Yeah, they have to be, because otherwise it's like, what's the point? There's always been like sort of cheap recasts and stuff like that, where people use cheap materials, make them really cheap, and then obviously they might look great on the shelf, But we wanted something that we're at a
Yeah.
convention, we're trying to carry our gear, the helmet rolls out and rolls off down the road.
Yeah, because even when you display something, if it's not good enough quality, it can start cracking.
Yeah.
Light has, an impact on resin and plastic and whatever it is that's being used. So much is 3D printed these days too.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you're the old-fashioned type.
Old-fashioned, well, not just old-fashioned,
Say,
it's-
let's just say traditional.
traditional words, that's like using a lot of materials that traditionally weren't really designed to mix together or they weren't thought about. So I set myself a mission. The very first helmets I made, there were certain materials that I had used because my side isn't, I didn't just work in film and television, I also worked in prototyping and product design. So I knew how to get certain materials to behave in certain ways through certain processes. So that's when I went at it, and I just went. So my whole thing was, I want to make something that is stronger and thinner than a traditional polyester helmet that would take all day to make it do it properly.
Yeah.
And not make the crap that you kind of got on eBay for like £50 or £60 that literally they've just knocked out and you drop it and it's shattered or whatever. And that's not what I want. So I'm not going to sell that to anyone else. So this time round, I've also come back and I've looked at all the new materials and stuff that are on there. So I spent a bit of time getting lots of samples and all that. So they're even better than the original runs that I did. And
Because I still have your toes, actually. They're still
Yeah.
on my boots. I have to say, excellent customer service, because whenever the first set arrived for me, they were just a bit too big. And you sent me another set out, no problem.
cool, yeah.
You returned
I've done that because I'd had the thing where obviously with polyurethane resin, heat can be a bit of an issue, but I'd worked out some processes that kind of knocked that out. And then a customer contacted me, he was in Texas, and his parcel was delayed, and he'd been sat in a warehouse somewhere for like a week.
Oh,
And everything else had been piled on top of it, and piled on top of it, and piled on top of it, and then finally got it, and it was literally squished flat. And I just went, wow, don't even bother sending that back. And I just sent another one.
oh, I see. That's absolutely fantastic. In fact, you advised me on because I do an awful lot of my own paintwork, and you advised me on how to paint my judge helmet. And I wrote, you messaged me at the time. I don't know how we got into the conversation. You said, this is how you do it. And it's great. And I've actually replicated that in various other helmets that I've done since.
There's a thing, right? So in the early 90s, I was involved with a thing called Alien War, and I was doing all the costumes and stuff for that.
Oh, yes.
And I was working with a guy who worked in
Is that
Aliens.
in London?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I did the Glasgow one, and then by the time I got into London, I wasn't really involved in the London one, but I made friends with a guy who's one of the head fabricators on Aliens. And this is back in the days before the internet and everything else like that. So I was just picking his brains. How do you do this? And how do you do that? What kind of silicons do you use? And how do you make that mold? And he would sit on the phone all night back in 1992, 1993 and help me through. And then then I would get him on the phone and was like, it's all gone wrong. What have I done wrong?
Do you
And he
know
would sit
sometimes
and
it has
help
to go
me.
wrong?
So I took that forward.
Yeah.
So I don't kind of guard
No.
the information. People come up to me at conventions and go, really thrilled, like, we've heard you do these amazing hell. And I go, there you go. And I go, what the hell is it like? And it's like, I've heard they're so strong and they're so light and everything else like that. And I make myself. And I went, all right, have you ever used this type of resin? No. And I start telling them, and they go, why are you telling me all this? And I go, don't you not want to know? And they're like, no, it's just that most people would kind of guard that information.
Yeah.
No. Spread the love, you know what I mean? Always, like, as since starting out this again, I've had so many people contact me going, I've still got one of your original helmets from like 6-7 years ago, and I'm going to paint it now.
Oh, nice.
So, so how do I
You're
paint it?
advising
And I'm
them,
like,
yeah.
I'll get back to you after this weekend.
Oh, fantastic.
In fact, it's Anna Sargent. She's around. I think she's
Yes.
around this weekend, so
She
I'll
has
get her
to,
just
yeah.
do a voice record and I'll just run through it for her. So, and it's the same as well. Just like so many people, just like, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? Someone that was like got a leather mix, set a leather mix suit, and just went, oh, I ordered that and it came, and then it wasn't the right size, and then a different set's come. Can you advise me on that? And oh yeah, well that's the right.
Yeah, because the strap-on was always really difficult. You always knew when somebody had just joined into the judges because you go, how do I put this vest together?
Yeah, and that's it. It's like it's one of those things where, like, so the leather next suit, what happened was obviously Kurt, he did the original leather runs back in sort of like 2013, and they were about a year late. And then he decided after about a year, it took about a year for him to deliver, and he decided, like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
Oh, no, nice.
See you
Okay,
later.
Donnie. I'm getting that kiss. See you tomorrow, John, Donnie. Night, night. I don't. We got lost way down.
Oh, you can just cross the road there, and then yeah. So he decided, right, he was going to get out of it. And at the same time, Leather Next obviously did the original pattern leathers.
The gloves.
We all had our Mark 1 suits and our gloves and all that, and then he announced we were going to do a vest, and the pictures didn't look very encouraging. So at that point, Kurt had basically said, I'm getting out of this, it's too much hassle. And I sort of said to him, like, do you mind if I step? Because at that point, that's when I just got the Alvarez screen use suit.
Yes.
And I was like,
it was on display and Lawless. I think, was that the first Lawless I did?
Was that 2016 maybe?
Was it? I'm trying to,
I think by the time we got to 2016, I had, a lot more. Yeah, a lot of suits, and I had the Hero Anderson and stuff like that.
I have a photograph of me dressed as martial law with them all.
You're slogging everyone of that.
I know.
There's something strange there, right?
There's nothing to say I won't do it again tomorrow because I have martial law with me this week.
So yeah, Kurt basically said, I'm not doing this again. I sort of said to him, well, can I help Leather Next out? Because we can't lose a main source and not have some kind of accurate kind of leather and armour. Because I wasn't doing I had no plans of doing leather and armour myself. So he's like, yeah, no problem. Give me, the royal approval, as it were. So that's when I contacted Leather Next. I had dealings with him before because I was wanting neck rolls and stuff like that separately, and I was working with him. So anyway, I ended up, just basically essentially lending him the entire Alvarez suit, kit and caboodle, and letting a stranger take it away to Pakistan.
Your child.
And then he came back, and we worked through the prototyping process and basically shaved about a year off the entire process. And he came back with the materials and, what he could source locally, keep the price down. We worked on the design of the boots. Nicholas Nicholas, he was working with him on the gloves at the time. So he did a really good job getting the gloves more accurate and stuff like that, and sourcing like the knuckles and stuff like that. I was working on the vest and getting the leathers into a proper shape. And it's, just an interesting process to explain to some people. If you're starting from scratch, it can take a year to get something worthwhile, which is what Kurt found out.
So much.
Yeah. Whereas we managed it in about 2 months, I think.
That's impressive.
And that was get it to, this is cost effective, and this is as accurate as we're going to get for the cost effectiveness, you know what I mean? And a lot of decent materials and stuff in there. And then, but not everyone's perfect, you know what I mean? The strapping is different for everyone, the size is different for everyone. We just kind of got that at that point. It's a case of, okay, there's a few things that you need to do as an individual to get fit. But other than that, it's like, right, okay, we're kind of...
I think that's another thing that people don't appreciate. It's a bit like whenever folks buy a Stormtrooper, you actually have to strap it and size it to yourself. And the female judge armour is different again. That came as a wee bit of a shock now to me whenever I first started to do the judge. I realised actually the female plates are completely different.
Totally different. I mean, I had the Anderson Trilby suit.
Yep.
And it's so tiny. I've got loads. As soon as I got it, I took loads of pictures of it.
I remember you put them up on Facebook.
Yeah, and then part of the original, so we started working on the female suit and armour with Leather Next again. And whereas what they did with the male judges is they did their own armour plates back then. This time round, I had the moulds, the original moulds, so I took them to a spray polyurethane company.
Right.
And they sprayed it all out, and I cut it all out and stuff, and then sent them 10 sets to make the original 10 female sets of judges. So those original suits, those 10 original vests had armour straight out of the movie moulds.
Oh, nice.
So they're kind of like...
Well, I mean, talking about the moulds, do you find the moulds, because I know moulds can sometimes degrade.
Yeah, well, the good thing is a lot of them didn't see a lot of action, and they were using a lot of traditional polyester resins and stuff like that, and they absolutely ruin RTV rubber. So whereas the polyurethanes, if you're using the right mould release, you get like 50 pulls, 60 pulls out of a mould, whereas like the helmet moulds and stuff like that. The lucky thing is that a lot of the moulds I had, they'd only run them a couple of times. So the main production moulds for the standard helmets and stuff, they're all ruined and gone. But the ones I've got, literally, there was one pull out of.
Oh, cool.
So then I've like sealed them all up, and I'd kept them in decent storage and all that, and really looked after them. I knew what I had. I'd spent a lot of money on them. I knew what I had, so they were kept in in tubs with silica gel packets, and really looked after. So when I pulled them all out, even though they were 13, 14 years old from the film, they were all in really good nick. and I started running out of them with no issues, you know what I mean? Going, this is brilliant.
I've noticed actually you had up on Facebook that there's going to be another run very shortly, but folks have to be really quick.
So what it is that first run, because I was like the Dredd hero helmet. So I was actually chatting away to Rob Alsop, like yesterday basically. He's the guy who designed all the original Dredd suits, and I kind of went into his studio like 13 years ago, and 11 years ago. And I got to know him a wee bit, and we just kind of reconnected, and I'd sent him out, like, because a lot of the South African stuff was not up to the same par as the UK, so it was like, there's a big disparity between UK hero stuff and prototypes and the South African stuff, because they effectively just took his stuff and then cut him out and then made moulds off of all his actual complete suits, paint, work, and everything, and then made these kind of, and the South Africans, they did what they could with the material they had, very low budget, and in South Africa there was only so much that was available. So there's a big disparity between the amazing stuff that Rob Alsop did and the stuff that was physically made in South Africa. And I got to see all that, and it was dead funny. We were having that conversation about, I've got a lot to thank you for, Rob, because you look at the inside of one of my helmets, and that is Rob Alsop. Effectively, because I got a UK prototype helmet with the original Alvarez suits. This is weird, it doesn't look like any other helmets. And then he confirmed it. It's like, oh my god, that is a Dredd prototype. So when I got into the original moulds, I was like, oh my god, I've got all these like literally direct casts, first generation casts of the proper hero helmets. So it was a real kind of thing. So yeah, they sold out real quick. I've got more coming. I'll do more runs within my means, basically, of time constraints and stuff like that.
I think you're a one-man job.
Yeah, at the moment. I mean, before I used to employ people and stuff doing it. Now it's just I'm just focusing on myself. I'm just getting back into all that. There's loads of belt parts, and there's loads I've got a lawgiver that's been sat there for a number of years that I'm going to be doing something with. So there's going to be that 100% lawgiver, because I used to own 3 of the practical weapons from the film, and then I had all the moulds and the original STL 3D print files as well. So between the 3, and looking at all the kind of stuff I did by hand, the finishing details and wee things that were done by hand, it's like I created that kind of 100% accurate lawgiver, and then life.
I remember one lawgiver a few years ago, it was before the pandemic. And there was a lawgiver there that was like a...
Oh, yes. That was 2016.
You would use the display sign.
Yeah.
You made all the noises, just like in the film.
So that was a guy, Ken, in the US. He actually, he was one of the guys in the group. He came up with it as an electronics guy. And he works for Phil Tippett in San Francisco.
That Phil Tippett, yeah.
That Phil Tippett. So him and his pal came up with that, and it was a real group effort. You had Phil Barron in the UK. He sampled the movie and did all the sounds, and everybody was working on it frame by frame and sourcing the screens that were used. It was like, and then we got all these screens out. That was long before I had the plans for the lawgiver. Then it was like when I actually got the lawgiver and all, I started designing the lawgiver internals and everything around how to support the screen, and got a specific speaker and how to power it and all that kind of stuff. Started working that process through, and then it just took so long. We're talking about the prototyping. This was bringing electronics and resin and 3D print files, and I still wasn't 100% on the actual design of the lawgiver until, I say, 2016, when I picked up the moulds. I also picked up 2 practical lawgivers, DNA films released. That's where I got all the moulds from. Released the final archive, and I was the man that Prop Store brought in Stephen Lane. I've known for years, and I've obviously been buying up all the Dredd stuff, and I was always down there and stuff. So I came in and we catalogued it all, So these crates get popped open, and I'm going, "Yep, there's the Alvarez shotgun, right? That's mine. Right, I'll have 2 of them, 1 of that, I'll have all of that." I have this giant bill, and I went, "Well, if I don't have it." So yeah, it's basically, it's essentially me and Andy Manchin.
Yes, remember Andy?
We just hoovered, as much as we possibly could. So that's when for the very first time, we never understood what was in the magazine on the Lawgiver, and then all of a sudden, there was this. I remember Michael Van Kesteren, who we founded the group. We all got to know him, and he gave us, there was a 3D print files knocker and all that, and he said, "Oh no, there was his friend that worked in production, Julian. He designed a working mechanism. So we had this version that this carriage went round, and it was all separate bullets, and it was like to reset it, and it's so it was select all that, and you could see it through the window, the ammunition moving around. It's like brilliant, and then it was like a myth, and then I opened up this box and went, mine, and it was this mechanical, this gun, all the mechanics on the inside with two separate magazines. And you slap it in, and you press a button, and it started. I was like, oh my god! And I opened it up and went, wow! And that's when we found out that the practical weapons. It was essentially it was a laser copy, a photograph laser copy that they'd stuck on the side of the magazine of this mechanical magazine that I just got my hands on, and went, now we know what they look like on the inside. It was like 10 years up the line sort of thing. It's like, yeah, brilliant.
No, and it's just amazing. Well, here, look, where can people? Obviously, there's somebody there already trying to put it over.
Yeah, it's family.
Leave him alone, for goodness sake, he's stalking us. So, give us the name of where somebody can contact you. Actually,
I just stick with Facebook at the moment. So if you search Bawzprops on Facebook.
BAWZ.
Yeah, BAWZ props, one word. You'll find us on Facebook, and then from there you get a link to. I've got a wee web shop.
No problem at all. Here, thanks, Lee. Really appreciate it.
Thanks. So really looking forward to the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, folks.
Bye.